Hey, we back, y'all. You feel me? I told you I'm coming with the mega talks. You feel what I'm saying? I got a bunch of videos coming out to you guys, but we are back, y'all. We are back. You feel what I'm saying? And the first one we are going over is, you seen it in the title. Take a look at the screen now, okay? Look at my boy Mitsuki finally having the color scheme that we needed to finally see for him. You feel what I'm saying? Look at my boy. He is dripped out. You feel what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and hop directly into the chapter. Okay? We go right into this with Mitsuki already being doubtful. You feel what I'm saying? Remember how Mitsuki grew up with the intention of having a son, and that will literally be like his pathway to, or that is his light, you know, to overcome his moon or his darkness. You know what I mean? So take a look right here. He states this: I am the moon hovering in the darkness with no light of my own to cast, which is why I need you who are my sun. For as long as you illuminate me, I can shine too and light up the darkness with my lunar glow. Bro, this is crazy, bro. You feel what I'm saying? You got it backwards, Mitsuki. It's Boruto that is your son. You feel what I'm saying? But considering that Mitsuki is having these doubts, you know what I'm saying? Take a look at the bottom panel. He says this: you give my life, meaning permission to live and be here. You make me feel that. Kawaki, right? And this is what he really believes. You feel what I'm saying? But we all come to find out that this is not the truth. Fast forward into this battle between Sage Mode Mitsuki versus Boruto, alright? They getting it popping, yo. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Boruto throws the kunai, you know, he throws the snakes. You feel what I'm saying? And they're going back and forth. And I love the way that this is. But at the end of the day, they start getting into a discussion where Boruto, I'm liking this confidence of training in Boruto. You feel what I'm saying? Letting it be known to Mitsuki like, yo, bro, you really don't stand a chance. If Kawaki don't, you knocked out Kawaki kind of particularly for no reason. You know what I mean? Like, literally, you feel what I'm saying? If you think that you could come after me and you think Kawaki wasn't strong enough, then what made you think that? Go on ahead and take a look at this panel right here. He says this. Mitsuki says, I can't let him get himself killed, no matter what the cost. He says, don't, Mitsuki. If he doesn't stand a chance against me, neither do you. So this fight is pointless. And he goes on to state this: there's one other reason why I left Kawaki behind. And in the next panel, we get to see these glorious ethereal snakes, and my boy starts to go off. I'm liking the way that y'all paneling, you know, Sage Mode Mitsuki. He states, so I can let loose completely without deferring to him. Boruto states, what do you mean? And that's between him and Kawaki. And that's the interesting part that I really want to see, is what is this bond? Or it seems as though it's not really a bond, but I'm going to make a prediction here and say that it's an agreement. That it sounds like some slick Orochimaru type, hey, if you do this for me, I got your body. You feel what I'm saying? I need your body at the end of this. That kind of, you know what I'm trying to say, that kind of ordeal. You feel what I'm saying? Fast forward, my boy start using the shadow clones. You feel what I'm saying? And I never really seen Mitsuki use shadow clones, but hey, here it is. Then they continue on. Take a look breathlessly at these panels. You understand what I'm saying? Like, bruh, they are heating up the panels and they are heating up the battles. Continuing on, but Boruto is using, I don't know if his speed is just increased this crazy, but bro is literally like not really being able to be seen, slicing through all of the clones at once, not giving a damn about Mitsuki, bro. But it's really here that my boys start using snake lightning. Now, we remember this jutsu from when Mitsuki first walked off. You know what I mean? And Boruto had to come and save him, and he used the snake lightning. We are seeing an enhanced version. It looks like here, snake lightning thunderbolt. You know what I mean? And my boy still didn't care about none of that and came right up with the sword right to Mitsuki's neck, forcing Mitsuki to power down, stating, "Go ahead, get it over with." And it is right here that we start to get into the meat of the chapter, because this is where we start to give the confirmation of what Mitsuki is thinking into light and into play. He says this, Boruto says this: "You think you came prepared to die, when in fact, it's that you've lost hope. You're feeling desperate." Mitsuki, what? "It's cause your faith has been shaken. What you believe, or rather, what you want to believe in, you can no longer trust." You know what I mean? Moving on into the next panel. He says, "Kawaki, the sun that had been illuminating you, lost its radiance at some point. Isn't that what you feel?" Shikamaru goes on to want this conversation picked up, but she states that if that happens, then everybody else will be able to listen in on it and get the drop on it. So he says this: "But you see, I do know the current whereabouts of your son, at the very least." Boruto goes on to state to Mitsuki that it is him who is his son. Mitsuki, not even believing this, forces a snake to wrap around Boruto instantaneously, but shaken up to attack. He says this: "And yet, why hasn't this snake attacked me yet?" He says, "Why haven't you gotten loose? You could have a few different ways by now." He also says, "I bet that he's not it. You realized quite a while back that Kawaki's not your son." He says, "No matter how close you stick to him, he refused to illuminate you." He says, it can't be. That's not possible. How do you know this? How do you know this, bro?" "Because he's him. Because he's him." He says this: "It's natural to feel confused, yet you know it's true. For you're the only one who gets to decide what it takes to be your son." And in the very next panel, I love what Boruto says here. He's giving more reassurance and confirmation, like, yo, look, I'm not the bad guy. I'm not the one that y'all need to be out here killing. He tells Mitsuki this, because Mitsuki asked if Naruto is alive. He says, "Lord Seventh is alive and safe. My mom," he almost slipped up. You feel what I'm saying? He says his wife is too. That's all I can say right now. And leaving off on this mark, he leaves to tell Mitsuki, "Mitsuki, I believe you're perfectly capable of shining on your own. But if you insist on needing a son, come find me anytime." Leaving off on that note, Mitsuki to impart a very, very good mental note. Like, yo, just by that alone, those words are going to illuminate Mitsuki. And that is what I feel as though is going to break Mitsuki's version of omnipotence. You feel what I'm saying? Fast forward to Shikamaru actually needing Boruto to be alone. They started to get into conversation. You feel what I'm saying? Talking about omnipotence. And Boruto goes on to explain that omnipotence is not something that's really going to stick in anybody's mind, because that is part of the effect and the illusion that it casts. It makes its user, whatever it be known, to forget over a certain amount of time. To back this up, go on ahead and take a look at this panel right here. He goes on to state it like this: "Yeah, just so you know, don't bother trying to figure out how omnipotence actually works. You'll soon forget it anyway. He says, what? In fact, this is far from the first time you're hearing about it. Sarada and class rep have already told you numerous times. And he's like, no way. Oh, yes way, Shikamaru. You got told many times, bro. He says, the very concept of omnipotence won't stick in your memory. Ever. It fades away over time. That's part of its power. So I need you to trust that Kawaki and I switched places without any proof. Okay? It is going on that now Shikamaru is starting to put 2 and 2 together. But the big question around that revolves around this is, how long is this going to last, considering the fact that omnipotence, part of its power, is just what Boruto says. After being told of what omnipotence is, Shikamaru is going to forget about this conversation sooner or later. Alright, now Shikamaru comes up with a plan, sticking to Boruto saying that, okay, he's going to try and figure and dig out deeper what exactly is going on, but he can't do too much with his hands tied because, mind you, he doesn't want anyone to catch on that he knows what's going on and he's starting to crack the code. So he asks Boruto if he can continue to be a fugitive, and Boruto already states, you know, I'm already cool with that. You feel what I'm saying? I already know about that. You know what I'm saying? So fast forward, he says this, all right? Seeing as omnipotence effect lies with Kawaki, I like to avoid making him feel cornered again, all right? Which means not exposing what he did quite yet. So you need to stay a fugitive. You okay with that? Boruto goes on to say, yeah, that's fine. I wasn't expecting otherwise. And we start getting to a point where we gonna know this next chapter is gonna be some heat, because now I cannot remember who this one is. Is this Judah? I might be wrong. But let me just say Judah. I think so. But now my boy is reading every textbook known to man, trying to figure out and piece together what exactly is humanity. What is it that drives humanity, and why is it so important, or its presence so known? He goes on to become bored with it, stating that there must be more knowledge out there somewhere that is going to fill his satiable need in order to acquire it. He goes on to say this. By the way, it's been gradually occurring to me that none of the books here seem to hold the answers to my question. So let's pay a visit to Uzumaki Naruto. Now this brings up a question. Do they know that he's in Daikokuten? Because since they're given, or since they are now consciously aware of things, do they have that connection to Daikokuten to know that he is actually alive? These are questions that, bruh, y'all setting up for next chapter to be fire, exposed fire. You feel what I'm saying? I'm telling you right now, I can't wait. This chapter, like I said, it was a great chapter. It is a fire chapter. Don't get me wrong. Please don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, the fight was very quick. I feel like the point of it was just to let it be known, like, hey, you know, let's get to the point. Mitsuki, I'm your son. You feel what I'm saying? Let's go on ahead and wrap this chapter up and get ready for chapter 8. You feel what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna lie, I feel like chapter 8 might be the jump off chapter where we actually get to see Boruto versus Kawaki. I'm just predicting it like that. Boruto versus Kawaki. We might see it in the next chapter. But guys, if you enjoyed this video, you already know what to do. Don't be afraid to hover and hold that like button. Subscribe today to become part of the Soul Gang Team. Nephilim, let's get it. Tap that notification bell to know each and every single time I'm uploading these videos, baby. And guys, remember to be good at the game. You gotta kill with skill. And until our next nightmare, yo, I'm back, baby. I'm back. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all gotta know. Y'all gotta peep the presence. You feel what I'm saying? Let's go. We here with it. Peace, y'all. Peace. Soul Collective.